Welcome, 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 welcome. I want to thank you guys for tuning in for another journey with the Queen. Y'all, we're on this quest to highlight 122 Black authors from around the world, and I'm super, super excited. I have an opportunity today to reintroduce to you guys an amazing author, motivational speaker, a woman of many talents. I'm excited to have her back on the platform today. I'm going to move out the way and allow her the opportunity to come on and introduce herself. If you would, Miss Dawn, how are you today?
That's my friend. That's my friend. Hey. Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome, 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 welcome. Always, I'm excited to have you here. I want you to introduce yourself to the listening audience.
All right, let's go. Okay, so
Can't hear you.
you can hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Can you hear me? I'm good. I'm straight. All right, let's go.
Okay.
So I'm from California and it's hot out here. I have a I've been diagnosed with a brain tumor 9 years old. I've gone through radiation, chemotherapy, brain tumors, nerve damage, all that jazz. And from that stemmed from becoming an author, becoming a disability confidence coach. I host my own talk show. I have business on the side. So I do a lot now with my disability. And we breaking stigmas beyond our condition. That's how we doing. What are we doing?
Wow, you're doing some amazing stuff, I tell you. So you are an author.
Yes.
Why become an author? Out of all things, why choose being an author?
Okay, look, let me tell you something. I'm about to keep it 100. I didn't even want to become. I didn't want to become. I felt like everyone knows my quote. I'm a pastor's kid. My name and my story is always in somebody's sermon. So I didn't want to tell my story. And my grandfather, before he passed, he told me, he was like, you need to share it. And I was like, but people already know. I felt like people already knew. And he gave me the perspective of they knew my parents' side, but they've never heard it from my version of what I went through. Because I actually went through it. My parents were there around me for it. So that gave me a perspective of sharing it from raw cut. I mean, like real, like this is literally what it felt like to go through. And I started writing and I grew a love for it because it was so authentic. And it was also a healing process for me because it gave me the opportunity to actually feel what I dealt with instead of just going through. So the author title, the author community, I grew a love for it because it was literally me talking through my experience to help someone else.
Well, I'm listening to you, and this is not the first time that I've heard your story, but I'm listening to you, and I'm smiling on the inside because I remember the very first interview that we had, and I see you doing so many amazing things. Like literally, I see how it seemed like you did a 180. You went from someone that seemed like was afraid to share at first, and now you're just so, it's just like you just yourself. It's just like you just open up and just allowed that person that was hiding on the inside, just allowed them to blossom and just come out of that shell. You just became that butterfly.
Thank you. Let me tell you, that means so much to me because, like you said, you saw me from day one. You saw me when I didn't want to. I just answered the question. Boom, that's it. We're not talking about nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. We just basic. And I was even afraid to do that. So it's beautiful to know someone that's seen my journey, because everyone thinks that I just been here, that I'm just that person. And I was like, y'all don't understand. I didn't want to talk. And I love it. So now for the world out there, y'all know, you heard it. My sis Angela seen me from day one. She's
Like I
seen me.
remember, like I literally, like before we got ready to come live on air, I wanted to go and pull up the video from our first interview, and I was sitting here thinking, I was like, okay, I want, because I'm getting ready to highlight 122 Black authors,
Yeah.
and I've interviewed over 289 people since I started interviewing,
Wow.
and I wanted people to see, you know, how they have grown, how they have developed in spite of where they may be. Because a lot of us, we get on these journeys and we may not reach where we think we should be because of whatever may be going on or what people saying or whatever. But we may not be where we want to be, and we may lose that drive. We may lose that.
Yes.
But I'm here today to tell you that I see you.
Thank you.
I have been following you, and I see what you're doing, and I see the growth, and I just want to encourage you to stay on this journey, to stay on this fight. I see you doing Instagram. I see you doing the podcasting. Like literally, I remember, I remember the interview,
Yeah.
and I didn't see that, but I'm so proud of you. Like if people could just go back and just see where you was 2 years ago, because it's been about 2 years that we've been on this journey,
Yes. Yes.
and right before the midst of the pandemic, we just started, you know, doing this stuff. Because with me, people think I've been doing this forever and ever. I've been doing the author thing behind the scene, but podcasting and doing the interviews and stuff, no. I just started doing interviews in 2020 when
Wow.
I came back to Facebook, because I took a hiatus from Facebook when I had to have surgery and I was fighting for my life and didn't know what was going on, you know,
Yeah.
and took a hiatus. I
How
came off
was
Facebook
that?
and I came back in 2020. I think it was like January of
Yeah.
2020. And I just started doing lives,
Wow.
and someone seen me doing lives and invited me to be a part of a network. I've actually been a part of two networks. One
Girl.
of the networks I am a part of, I've been going. May of next year will be 3 years.
Wow.
This coming up May will be 3 years that I've been a part of that network. And I tell you, did I see myself doing this? No. But I tell you, when I see other people and I see something in them,
Yeah.
I can't help but to keep pushing them. And it's the little things, you know, if it's just sharing their posts, just sharing whatever it is, you know, to let people know, hey, I see you. If
Yep.
I just liking it, you
Yep.
know, you ain't got to write a comment. If you just like it, they see you, they see that you liked it, because it's gonna give them a notification to let them know that, hey, this person liked your stuff.
That's it right
You
there.
know, and we may not be able to respond to everything, but we
Yeah.
appreciate it. You know, and
Yeah.
sometimes we get so caught up and so busy
Yeah.
to we don't take time to think about that person sitting next to us that may need that oomph.
That's so true. That's so true. And
That
I,
may need that oomph.
because from then to now, of course, it still has, but I never forget to take the opportunity to remain humble and talking to people, like engaging in people. Like I'm never that big, I'm never that busy to be normal. Because before the titles, before all that, you was a regular person. So now, so are you saying that now you got a title, you prestige? No, we're regular people.
I don't even know what all that stuff is. I mean, because people call my phone and they be surprised that I answer my phone. Yeah, I answer my phone. Who you expecting to answer my phone? It's my phone.
You.
You know, I answer my my phone. And they be like, they thinking they gonna get a voicemail. No, I answer my phone. I wouldn't have gave you my number if I wasn't planning on talking. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? That's
there.
why we give out numbers. That's why we tell you that hit our inbox. That's why we tell you to email us. That's why we give out these ways to contact us because we want you to be able to contact us.
Yes.
Me, it's not a game. This is
Right.
real. This is real. Like we don't have these journeys. We didn't this journey that we own called
Yeah.
life. You know, these are things that we've experienced, things that we've gone through that we want to share with you. So hey, if you go through it, hey, we want you to know that you
Right.
can get through it because hey, we did. We here
Right. Right. And we still going through it.
still.
Still going through it.
Just live a little longer. If you not live a little longer because you will go. You will go through some stuff because you know what? It's never ended and people got to understand that. But it's how you go through.
Exactly. There it
It's
is.
the how you go
There.
through.
It's the how. How you gonna take on this? Because everybody's taking on something.
Exactly.
Everybody is taking on something. But how are you gonna take on what you're dealing? Because the outcome, it don't even matter what it doesn't. Here's the thing: it doesn't matter what one's dealing with, but it's your perspective on how you see yourself in it.
Exactly.
Are you automatically defeated because you're dealing with something? Well, welcome to the world. Welcome to a thing called life.
I'm telling you, I always keep being reminded of that scenario of the cup being half empty and the cup being full. How do you see it? You know, I'm always mine is half full.
Oh,
I never go the empty route. I never go the empty route. I'm if it look empty to you, it's half full to me. So know that before
right,
you even ask, know
right.
that
Almost overflowing. That's how full it.
overflow.
That's
You just can't see it in the natural. That's what we got to understand. Some things ain't been. You just can't see it in the natural. You just waiting for it to manifest because I'm telling you, His word is not gonna return to Him void. When He said it was done, it was done, and that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. We right here trying to discover something. You ain't got to discover nothing because it's already in you. When Jeremiah 29:11, he said he had a plan for you. That plan, when you was conceived in your mother's womb, that plan was already there because the plan was
already.
already there when you was just a mere thought.
That's
The
it.
plan that he had for you before he even used your mama and your daddy as the vessels, that plan was already there. Now
All you
it's
got.
up to us. It's up to us to
Yep.
walk into it and to manifest those things. Because guess what? Yeah, we do have the power to manifest those things
Yeah. Yeah. We
in
do.
our lives. You
Yeah. We.
can do that.
Yep.
So the only way you can do that is through Him. So guess what? You got to tap into Him that's on the inside of you. Genesis 2:7 say that He breathed the breath of life. He breathed the
Exactly.
breath of life in you. So if He breathed the breath of life in you, that then what's what? Ha, guess what He at? Ha, guess what He at? He said He'll never leave you nor forsake you. So guess what?
He right.
You running around trying to discover something. Guess what? He never left you. He said
Right.
He would never leave nor
Or
forsake
mistake.
you. So why you looking?
That's
Why
the
you
book.
discovering? I want people to take that word discover out of they vocabulary and tap into what's already in you because it's in you. Tap into it.
Yeah. Just
Tap.
manifest. All you gotta do is manifest it. Keep walking. Keep doing, and I promise you, keep walking, keep doing. You gonna run into it like, oh, this is what. Oh, this is what God. This is what you've been telling me. Oh, it'll fall right in your lap.
Because it's already there. All you got to do is walk into it.
All you
I'm saying if you walk the right path and line up, you got to align. You
got.
line up and you walk the right path. You stay on the straight and narrow. You do what He's called you to do. Guess
Yep.
what? They're gonna be you gonna be everything gonna be knocking at your door. You're gonna be moving, trying to move stuff out the way, getting through.
That
Okay?
literally, that's it right there. Because the blessings are new daily. Daily. Do you know daily? So you mean
Daily.
the blessings yesterday don't even compare to what they are today? What? I get some fresh ones.
New ones.
What?
A
And
new every day.
and
A new every day.
come on. Do you know how exciting that is to wake up every morning and knowing you got a fresh set of something? You got a fresh set of blessings every day. Eh,
Wow.
I wake up like, let's go, God. It's me and you. It's me and you all day. Let's go. What you got for me today?
But see, a lot of people they have gotten it confused, and they think that you have to be a certain way. Yeah, you got to be holy and you got to be sanctified. Yes, you do got to be that now. But you the only way to know is to try him. You
Yeah.
know, I heard somebody say something the other day, and they say, we wonder why people. We have so many drug dealers. We have so many prostitutes. We have so many people on drugs. We have so many people out in the street, and people run into the street because these people don't try to come to the church. They
Exactly.
don't try to come to the church, but then you had now, I'm just gonna give an example. You got people that want to throw these sheets on you, want to cover you up, want to make you feel like, and you don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Because if I'm supposed to be coming here to get help, if I know I got a problem, let me come and let me sit at the feet. Let me sit there. Let me observe so that he can begin to work on me.
He can begin to work.
So he can begin to work on me
That's,
because he is already in here, and he
yeah.
will begin to work on that that's already inside of me.
Yeah. That's
But
it
you
right.
tearing me down, you wrapping me up, you telling me this, you telling me that, that does
Yeah.
nothing
At all.
but keeps me from coming to the place that's supposed to help me.
It's a
The place
hospital.
that's supposed to be the hospital, the place that's supposed to be my medicine, the place that's supposed to be my regulator, the place that's supposed to be my everything.
You don't go to the hospital well.
Huh, okay?
You go to the hospital jacked up. Look, listen, doc, I don't even know what's going on, but I need something. That's the same way you need to go to church. Look, God, okay, I'm jacked up and I need something. I need
And
something.
most of us, when we go to the hospital, when we go to the hospital at the last minute, we go when it's when we almost just can't take it no more. That's when we go. And us church people got to understand that when people start coming to church
Yeah.
and we know that something going on in their life, we got to stop running them away. We
Yeah.
got to stop trying to make them feel like a certain way. When
Yeah,
we
like
know that this is going
yeah.
on with them, we're supposed to show love.
Yep.
Love draws. We got to be that honey.
Yes.
We got to be that honey.
Yeah, we got to be that
I'm
drawn
telling you.
with love. Because the thing is, once we draw them in, God's gonna do the rest.
That's it.
All we need to do is show loving kindness have I drawn. That's Bible. Loving kindness have I drawn, not bitter and inferiority.
Wow.
That's trying to love. I be telling, and the funniest thing is, I didn't even realize I do this until people bring it to my attention. I tell people I love them all the time. It could be it could be from a doctor to a doggone cashier. It doesn't matter, and everybody in between, because a lot of people don't feel loved. They miss that one part, and I want to be the one to know that I don't have to know you to love you.
Right.
I love you because you
Exactly.
flaws and all, because I got flaws.
And that's
You
what people need to understand. People
yep
have to understand that. At some point we have to meet people where they are,
yes
and try. We're supposed to be helpmates one to another.
yep
If there's an area and you know that I'm weak in that area and you're strong in that area, then you're supposed to be my helpmate. You're supposed to help lift me up. You're supposed to encourage me. You're supposed to educate me. You're supposed to empower me.
that's it. That lifts me up. Don't tear me down. We all supposed to be equal, right?
Wow.
We all supposed to be.
I tell you, I'm so glad that you are a part of the circle that I am in the circle that I'm connected to, because you are such an inspiration to so many people around this world, because you are someone that live with a disability, and you have not allowed your disability to hinder you, to stop you from dreaming and going after your dream. You are definitely chasing your dream. You are definitely walking in purpose, and I'm grateful to be able to showcase you on my platform. It is an honor and a privilege to be able to share you. I want you to share with those that are tuned in and those that will hear this later a little bit about your book. I want them to be able to purchase your books. I want them to know a little bit about your book, and then share a little bit about your brand, because you have some things going on that are interesting, and helpful for those that may have a disability. I definitely want you to share your show and how individuals can connect with your show, and even if they want to be a part of your show, how they can be a guest on your show. So I'm going to move out the way, and I'm going to give you this opportunity to just allow your light to shine so bright, and
Yeah,
allow the people to know who you are and how you impacting this world. So
for
here
sure.
you go.
All right. So I told a little bit about my um kind of who I am, what STEM. So I do have. I was diagnosed with 9 years old. That caused me death. Right. I
I don't know,
first.
your volume is going in and out. I don't know if you want to adjust your mic.
Let me see. What about now? Can you hear
Yeah, that's good.
me? Okay,
Right
perfect.
there. Okay.
We're not moving nothing. We're not moving nothing. Okay, so I was deaf in my right ear for a little bit, permanent nerve damage on my right side, muscle, and that left me with a lot of complications, motor skills. My right side is short than the other, and a lot of people are like, what does that mean? So to give you an idea, visual, my right side I wear a size 4. My left side I wear a size. So you get the struggle, right? And growing up, I was never bullied, but I definitely did have a few because I couldn't ride a bike. I can't skate. It was like certain things that I couldn't do because my right side was weaker and the nerve damage. So um, that as far um as I got older, she taught me self confidence, taught me you do have this. Nevertheless, don't rely on people. Do stuff yourself. We all know there's, but what you can, rock with that. And that's literally what I did. Um, I went through chemotherapy. Um, 187. I did. Um, I did radiation. Five, five, and
Your
I
volume keep going in and out. It's just not letting you be great.
I'm a hold.
It just don't want you to be great today.
Don't. I'm a hold it. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, we gonna hold it. We gonna hold it because the devil is like. Okay, so with all the surgeries and all the disabilities and all that jazz, I felt like I didn't really have any purpose because all I knew were doctor's appointments. That I had to stop school, I had to quit my job. So when my grandfather told me about writing my book, I was just like, I didn't really think that that was like a good idea. Nevertheless, I still confident, right? So literally from that ignited everything that I do. So my first book is called Don't Let the Disability Fool. No, it's not. It's called Damage When I Did. Damage When I Did is different. It's definitely my first love because it is an autobiography of my book. From my version, it's the very first time that I actually delved into what my life looked like from every aspect of everything I dealt with. And I never had the opportunity, or I never allowed myself to have the opportunity to feel what that felt like. So you get in the nitty gritty, you get in it all. I mean, from the irritations to the how I'm talking now is how the book is. Damn when I did. And my next book, I published that book in February, and then October of the same year. This was all during the pandemic. Okay, God's good. October during that same year, 2020, I published my next book called Self Talk, but you can eavesdrop too. And that's pretty much a compilation of quotes, aspirations, inspirations, just things that I kind of came up with that helped me during my 6 years of chemotherapy. It's not specifically for those that deal with disabilities, it's those that are dealing with dot. Whatever you're dealing with, it is for that. It's affirmations, confirmation, reminders, just things to help you when you're dealing with something to remind you like, okay, it's not over, this is only a. And then and I think this is when I kind of ran into Angela. I started my podcast called Don't Let the Disability Fool You. And again, this is all the pandemic. And I wanted to do something that represents the disabled community because we the underdogs, bro. We are. I know people don't think that way, but we are. We get overlooked, but it's okay though because I'm changing that. You feel me? So I wanted to start a podcast that represents people that are disabled, and all my guests are disabled. Everyone. I don't interview anyone that doesn't have a disability or essential care because I want to target those people that get overlooked to allow them to share their story. I started that and that lasted for like a year, right? And then in the midst of that, I started to kind of delve more into what is this life like? Like, don't like you kind of like getting on you kind of on or something. So like let's see what else you can do. I went to school and became a certified life coach. And then I was like, okay, that's kind of boring, but you need to speak with what you know. And what you know is disability and confidence. So I got my master certified life coach certificate in disability and self confidence. And I was like, let's go. Like, okay, we in there. We did that thing. Good. And God was like, no, you're not done, bro. Like, what you thought? You thought that was it? No, no. Now you got a voice. We about to use that because your life is about to be a whole a whole open statement. You about to tell everything about yourself. Your whole life is about to be on display. Mind you, like we said earlier, Angela and I were talking. I didn't want to say nothing. Put me in the background. Put me in the background. So I was like, yeah, no, you're not done. Like you scratching the surface. So from there, um, I kind of delved more into the podcast scene, but I was only doing audio only, and as y'all can tell, my personality is very bright. So I was like, kind of go a little further. I had the opportunity to be a part of a what's it called, a network, and I started my talk show called One Billion Brave, and it's an enhancement of the podcast. I still interview guests that have disability or essential caregivers, but it's like on a higher scale because you actually get to see their faces and we get to have a real life discussion um on what life is like living with a disability, but also how do you break the stigma beyond your condition. And I think for me, the grateful part of it is I didn't know that there's so many people dealing with things, but I didn't know that there's strength beyond what you deal with. No matter what you deal with, there's strength beyond it, right? And I was like, okay, Domo, like you doing good, bro. Like you're doing good. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. And God was like, yeah, but you're not done writing, so there's that. I said, what we doing? God, what we doing? So then it was one night, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, literally. I was just kind of scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, and I came across a coloring book, and I was like, it would be kind of dope to have a disability coloring book that represents people that have disabilities doing everyday activities. I don't see that, right? So, a month ago, I published a disability coloring book called "Don't Let the Disability Fool You," and it is literally a 30-page coloring book. Um, I kind of targeted for kids, but it's pretty much everyone that only has disabled figures and images of people doing everyday activity, whether you're running, whether you're walking, whether you're playing basketball, whatever the case may be. And I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to do all this stuff representing my struggle because it all stemmed from my struggle. Literally everything that I do and I am doing and I will do stems from what I've been through in life. And nobody, I say this all the time, but nobody wants to hear what you know. They want to hear what you've been through. We need to hear the struggles because I need to know if I can relate. Can I relate to what you're talking about? Can I relate to what you're dealing with? And even if our conditions aren't the same, we're all dealing with something. And I love to remind those that are disabled because we already have a disadvantage of something physical, mental, emotional. We already have that. But I want to remind everyone that has a disability, there is still life beyond your condition. I mean, that's just point blank in the period. I'm a prime example because I ain't never thought I'd be here. But I'm a prime example that there is still life. You just gotta tap in. And I'm telling y'all now, it will stem from the lowest part of your life. I'm telling y'all now. Because like I said, everything that I do is stemmed from my disability. Everything that I do is stemmed from my sickness, my illnesses, my medical conditions. And God was like, we're gonna use my grace is sufficient. It don't matter what you're dealing with. You saying you can't be used because you're dealing with something? God is way bigger than that. God's way bigger. God's way bigger.
Wow. Wow. Woo! I'm saying you said a lot. You really shared a lot, and I'm so grateful to have you on here today and share. Um, Thank you so much
Oh yeah.
for stopping by and being just who you are and being a blessing. I tell you, people go through stuff and they will not be transparent because they don't want people to know what they went through. But I'm so thankful that you saw that it wasn't about you,
Right.
but the bigger picture
Right.
that you had to go through this for the ones that you are to impact. Because if you've not gone through this, how can you impact the lives that you're supposed to impact? You know,
Exactly.
we had to endure some things so we can be able to tell people how to overcome. See, we can't be an overcomer if we don't never overcome that.
Right. Right.
I'm telling you, we don't understand that we the power that we possess. But see, you did some things. You position yourself
Yeah.
to be an overcomer by being a willing vessel
Yeah.
to
Yep.
empower others through your resilience. It's that
Yeah.
will in the will, that will not let you give up. That will that said, hey, I got something that I need to tell the world. So I'm gonna go write one book. I'm gonna share affirmations.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go write another book. And then you know what, Lord, I'm gonna seek you out and I'm gonna let you guide me. Hey, so you get
Yeah.
up and you just flipping through the pages, you just scrolling through, you just minding your own business, and he'll just drop it in your lap. Let me tell you, he did it to me, right? He did it to me. Like somebody wanted to charge me $300 to show me how to do a journal, how to do journals, how to make journals. And
Mm.
I had just finished looking at one of my little interviews, and you know how at the end of your YouTube channel,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
more videos be popping up, and a video popped up, and the man walked me through the whole thing, took me to the links and took me to everything. I was just in the right place at the right time.
It. That's
See,
it.
he took you to the and now you got a coloring book. See,
Man,
that was already ordained. All you had to do was go. All you had to do was walk it out.
that's it.
That's all you had to do was walk
It.
into it. All you had to do was say, "Okay, Lord, I'm here. I'm willing."
That's it.
You was up that night. You was just flipping through, scrolling through, and he
That's
said,
it.
she willing. Let me drop it in her spirit.
Let me drop that nugget. Right.
Just let me drop it. And then he sent people in your path
Yes.
to say, okay, now she got this book in her. Let me get this book up out of her.
Yes.
Your granddaddy. And then he send different little shows or whatever. Let me interview her. Let me push her. Let me I remember the conversation, and I remember us having that conversation, and I remember you telling me that I remember you doing the podcasting, but you wasn't doing the live interviews because of I don't know if you wasn't ready to allow people to see the disability, but you told me that you didn't want your guests to feel uncomfortable. I remember the conversation.
Oh,
And
man.
and I told you, I said you need to be podcasting. I told you you need to be doing what we're doing now. I remember the conversation, the very first conversation, the very first time I interviewed you. I don't think you had you may have been doing the podcast, but I don't know if you was really doing it. And then we happened to cross each other's path again. See, we never was able to leave each other's midst because we were on another network together.
Exactly. Exactly.
And there I was just sitting in the background just watching, and I was like, look at God.
That's crazy.
And I was over there just smiling and just cheering. And then I was just like, look at God.
That's crazy. Yes, that's
people don't you don't always have to be in the forefront cheering people on. You can be in the background cheering people on, and just as long as it's in your heart.
Yes.
As long as it's in your heart. But I see you. And I said, you know what, let me get her back on here so I can share with the world, how she's grown. How she has grown, how she has developed, and the amazing things that she's doing, and the lives that she's impacting. Yeah, I see you, baby.
I appreciate it.
I see you. And just as I see you, many more see you too, because I'm just one person.
That's it.
But if I saw you, just trust and believe there's many more watching.
Man.
So you just keep doing what you're doing, and you keep being obedient and allowing him to lead you. You'll never go wrong.
I appreciate that for real. I appreciate that. You were actually the one that pushed me to go live. Because I remember that conversation. You was like, girl, you need to go live. They need to see your face. They need to put a face to the name. They need to see what a disability looks like, because you don't look like what you've been through. I remember that conversation. I was like, oh, but I'm nervous. Oh. Yeah, I got to give you your flowers, because you were the one that pushed me to, why are you being mediocre? No, go for it.
Yeah. I mean, you and look at you now.
Right.
Look at you now. All you had, see, this, and I was that person too. And see, I know this and I see it in people because I was that person. I was that person that people all the time would tell me that I needed to be doing something, but because of things that I've been through in my past, whatever, I didn't want to step out. But I had to go over, and I ain't no Bible thumper, I ain't no theologian, I ain't no I don't walk in no office, but I know a little stuff from what I experienced. And I went over there in the Bible, and somewhere over there in Exodus, it say, all you got to do is be willing.
That's it.
All you got to do, if you open your mouth, even if you don't know what to say, he'll give you the words to say so many times. So many times I come on here to talk about books, and every time he don't gave me scriptures. I don't been talking to pastors. I don't been talking to apostles. I don't been talking to people, and these people don't tell me that I don't spoke into their life. I don't preach to them, and they preachers. And I'm sitting there like, okay, Lord. I'm like, okay, Lord. All you got to do is be a willing vessel.
That's it.
And he will show you the power that you possess. That's why I'm not letting that word go. People, power. I know they probably get tired of me in word power.
Okay.
But I'm not letting it go until you learn your position.
Yes.
Learn your position. Know that you are an overcomer.
Right.
Know that you didn't get dropped out of the sky. Jeremiah 29:11 said he had a plan for you. So that means he strategically placed you here. He knew that we were going to be back here on this day. He
Right.
knew that. He
He
knew
knew
that
it.
before you were even conceived in your
That's
mother's womb.
crazy. He
Everything
knew
that's
it.
going to take place in our life, he already knew when it was done on that seventh day, when he said it was complete. Baby, everything that's to come, even after we gone,
Yes.
it was complete back then. It's
Everything.
us walking into all of this. We can have so much
Yeah.
if we just was obedient and listen and just walk in a line. It's so much we gonna leave here and we not even gonna experience everything that we could experience
Man.
because of disobedience and because of us getting in our own way. I
Right.
ain't trying to miss out on nothing. I'm trying to get it all. I'm trying to stay lined up. I'm trying to stay on the straight and narrow. I'm trying to be obedient. He say showcase
Yeah.
122 authors. I'm showcasing 122 authors. People say
Okay.
only $3.33. Why $3.33? Because he said the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost is gonna take care of you. You ain't got to worry about no money.
That's
You ain't got to be worrying about charging people an arm and a leg to do
it.
nothing. You ain't got to worry about that.
It's the favor.
People don't understand. They don't
Favor
understand.
money day. Favor. I'd rather have favor than, because if I have favor, whoever is connected to the favor is gonna pay for whatever I need.
And if you got favor, guess what? You that favor is like it's like a ripple effect. It's
Yeah.
contagious. It can be passed on. People don't understand that. They don't
Okay.
understand that
Story.
because I got favor on my life and you are connected to me, then you can have the same
You
favor.
can have the same.
The
It's gonna
same
spill over.
favor. All we
It's
got to do is
gonna spill over.
line up. But see, we
That's
too
it.
busy in competition. I don't know. Whoever's, I say, they say, you queen of collaboration. I said, you know what? I don't know who spoke that over my life. I said, and they spoke it over my life and they kept saying it and they kept saying it and they kept saying it. And you know what? I had to own up to it.
You had to own up.
I had to own up to it. I had to line myself up to it.
Yes. Yes.
They
Yes.
saw it in me when I didn't even see it in myself. But I had to line myself up to it. It's been plenty of times when I don't been in here looking at he been in here doing something to me, working with me, telling me, hey,
Yeah.
how you can't talk to people like that. Check yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not about you.
Learn how to take criticism.
Yes.
Everything that I be telling people, they think I just be like I've been no. I had to go through.
Right.
If I'm telling you something, believe me, I had to go through what I'm telling you. Believe me,
Exactly.
I'm not telling you because I ain't been through it. Yeah, I've been through it.
Right. It's
But I'm
experience.
grateful. I'm humble.
Yes.
I'm thankful for people like you. You know, and y'all don't think it robbery. Even when y'all get your own platforms, y'all will come back and share and pour into other people and pay it forward. So I'm grateful.
Yeah.
And we need so many other leaders like you guys to come back and pay it forward.
Right.
How can we follow and support the amazing things that you're doing?
Definitely. Okay, so I am on Instagram. I am Domo Joe. Follow there. And then also everything that is on my page is linked to everything that I do. I'd like to one hit wonder. And you can also visit my website, www.thedomojones.com, and that'll link you to all my books, the direct link to my books, the direct link to my talk show, the direct link to me. I am not that high up that I can't respond or I ain't gonna talk to you. That ain't me. Because everyone that knows me knows as soon as we meet, we friends for life. Like you stuck with me. You stuck. You stuck. So follow me on Facebook, Domo Jones, on IG, I am Domo Jones, and you can visit my website, which has a link to everything that I do, www.thedomojones.com. Boom. And we in there, we friends. I love y'all.
Amen. Well, I definitely truly appreciate you stopping by and sharing with us once again. I tell you, it's always an honor and a privilege to have you here. Do you have anything that's coming up?
Yes. I actually have. Well, I'll say this in 2023. The first part, I will be featured in what's called a Summer Fest, and that is I'm sorry, it's a Success Fest, and that is I'm gonna be I'm going to be talking about having a disability and being an owner and having a disability and learning how to enjoy life with it. I'm super grateful. It was an opportunity that fell on my lap because I was in his will. I was in the right place, and I'm super grateful because I am the only one that's going to be talking about um, what life is like with a disability. So that'll bring a lot of traffic my way because it is a subject that most people don't either like talk about or don't really know about. So I'm super grateful. I'm
Well, I definitely thank you. If you want to share those links, please make sure that you post these links in the comment section so that we can share them out. I definitely thank you again for stopping by and just being a willing vessel. And my prayer is that God just continue to use you. And
you. Thank you again. You already know. Listen, I've been on pretty much everything that you got, and I ain't about to stop. I was like, what you doing? Okay, what do I need? What's the link? Because listen, we're gonna support any collaboration. That goes both ways. That
that's
goes
it.
both ways. Whatever you do, I'm be supportive. And whatever I do, I'll be supportive too. And I love you. This is life.
Amen. And I definitely appreciate all that you do. Again, is there anything that you would like to leave with the listeners? Anything inspirational, anything encouraging that you would like to leave with them today?
Yes, I just want to tell everyone, no matter what you do, um, we're people and keep that keep that confidence in this very thing. And, um, my thing, my motto, my go to is my comfort and my suffering is this. Your promise preserves my life. So I'm gonna keep on living because I have a promise. I can, and it won't be fulfilled if I die. So we're gonna keep living. Girl, get that
That's it.
confidence. Boy, get that confidence. It looks good on you.
That's it. That's it. That's it. But I definitely appreciate you stopping by and sharing with us on today. You have a great rest of your evening and be blessed.
Too, too. Love you.
Love you too, sis. I tell you, I am truly, truly grateful for this young lady. I want you guys to please make sure that you go over, check out her page, check out her book. She have a coloring book. She definitely support the disability community. She's in that community, and I'm sure we all have someone in our family that suffers from a disability, and at in any given time, we can become disabled. So I want you guys to go over, support her platform, see what else she's doing, see how you can tap in to her and what she's doing. Again, I am the queen of collaboration, Angela Thomas Smith. We have been up close and personal with Dominique Jones, aka Dome Jones. I will be right back at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with another a special, amazing author out of Alabama, Tisha Bryant. She's a licensed social worker. So please, if you can, join me back here live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you guys. Be blessed.